Welcome. I'm Emma Rowena. I'm so glad you're here. I have a few thoughts I'd like to share with you. And today, the main theme is surrendering. What does it mean? What does it mean to surrender? Why do we need to surrender, and to what, and how do we do it? I'm sure many of you have tried to manifest things in your lives. Greater abundance, greater love, better health, a gift, a surprise, anything. Some small things, large things. New home. And the trick with manifesting is, of course, asking the universe, or even just asking people to have it. And then letting go, stepping back, having faith that this will come to you. Now, this is the part that might be very difficult for many people, the letting go, because we as humans are programmed in a way to act and to control the sequence of events that will bring you these things. So we try to make things come to us. We try to remind the universe of our question, of our wish. And instead of just letting it go and having faith, we're fearful that things will not happen. Then I was guided the other day to invite in the energy of surrender. That was different. That was a completely different feeling to me. Invite in the energy of surrender. Let her in. So instead of working so hard to figure out what surrendering meant, how does it feel? I can just invite it in. Yeah. It's an energy that's out there for everyone. We all connect to it when we're babies, when we're infants, when we surrender to the safety of our mother's arms and fall asleep, So it's an experience that we have with us, but it's also a universal energy. It's what nature does. In the autumn, it surrenders to the leaves falling, So this feeling was completely different to me. And an image came to me. And when I do my readings, I work with images. They're very powerful to me. And I always follow them through because there's always information in them. And so the image was a door, a closed door. And eventually I have managed to see who it was that kept the door closed. It was Mr. Fear, of course. Mr. Fear is protecting us. He's trying to keep us safe from the unknown, from anything bad coming into our space. So Mr. Fear is actually, in essence, a good thing, but he's become too powerful. He's become quite excited about his power and his role in keeping you safe. So he's guarding that door. But you've sent an invitation out to Ms. Surrender. I call her Ms. Surrender because it appeared to me as a feminine form, an energy. But the energy of surrender, whatever works for you, whichever image comes, or color, or smell, or sound, or it's perfect for you. But to me, I've invited this feminine-like energy into my life, and I wanted her to come in. So I needed to ask Mr. Fear to just step aside. So I said, "Thank you for guarding me. Thank you, Mr. Fear, just go aside." And then you open the door, and there she was, Ms. Surrender. Now, of course, I could leave her standing there, but what did I have to do? I had to step aside. I had to surrender to her entering my life. I had to give her space. You don't need to understand any of this. The image works for you, just so you know this. The image speaks directly to your subconscious and your soul. So these images are very, very powerful, and our minds try to understand and make sense, and you don't need to do that. Just let that go. Just follow the images. Pretend, play with it, imagine. Now, in my experience, Mrs. Surrender, when she entered my space, my home, my house, my whole space got a lot brighter and lighter. It felt more open. And I had this scent that came to me of fresh roses. That was my experience. Your experience can be completely different. But just notice what happens when you, in your mind's eye, open that door. Ask Mr. Fear to step back and sit on a chair or something, and open the door and invite in the energy of surrender into your life. So she or he or it can come in and spread that bright, beautiful, soft, gentle light, or sharp, powerful light, if that's what it is for you, into your space. And notice all the cobwebs, that's how I saw it, all the cobwebs, all the shadows started fading away. Because when you surrender, you let go of all the tensions and pain that fear puts into your body, trying to hold you, you know. And so just go with it. And what happens is that you start opening up your whole being to receiving that which comes to your door. Anything that you've asked for, that the universe wishes to bring to you, you let it in. You surrender to the receiving of it. And sometimes it might take some time. You might have to open that door every day, sometimes many times in the day. Every time you ask for something and you start controlling it, maybe you need to just, oh, where's that door? What does it look like? Oh, Mr. Fear has closed it again. Okay, thank you, Mr. Fear. Step aside. He's quite persistent sometimes. And then you just open the door and step aside until eventually you can go and sit on that couch or your favorite chair and just relax, because the door can stay open, because Ms. Surrender is taking care of the energy in your space, and all the beautiful gifts that you asked for can enter. Always. And we always only ask for the good things, don't we? So only good things will enter. This was my experience of surrendering, of inviting the energy of surrender in. I invite you to try it out. What does it feel like? How can you imagine this door? What does this energy look like to you? Feel like? Sound like? Smell like? Or do you just sense it? Some people don't see or hear. That's fine. It's perfect. It's your language. Just sense it. And trust that your soul, once your soul reconnects to that energy, your soul will want more. So your soul will be working for you to try to keep letting that surrender energy in every time you're asking for something new. Every time Mr. Fear tries to block you a little, just open the door and surrender will help you. The power of surrender. We need to act sometimes, but we also need to let go a little. We need to move forward, and then we need to breathe and sit back and let things unfold. That's when magic happens. I do hope that you find this interesting or something that can benefit you in your life, in your journey. Feel free to share your journey, what your experiences with this kind of images and this experience or sharing does for you. And I look forward to hearing from you. I wish you all the best. Many blessings on your way. Take care.